And Murrow News 8, WCU's student opinions on the presidential election.
Then an exclusive interview with a WCU football player.
And test your knowledge at the zoo. Those stories and more tonight on Murrow News 8.
From Studio B on the campus of Washington State University, this is Pullman's only nightly newscast. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Shannon Josie.
And I'm Sierra Brown. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hurricane Matthew hit Florida this weekend, but continues to impact other states. Diane Gallagher takes a look at the rising waters in North Carolina.
I thought I was going to die.
And as the water in North Carolina rises, threatening even more communities, rivers reaching historic levels, the governor is issuing a sober warning.
Stay away from the water. Whether you're walking or riding in a car, do not get near the water. It will kill you.
The majority of U.S. deaths related to Hurricane Matthew have been in North Carolina. 19 people so far killed there, nearly all of those due to drowning and the subsequent floods. More flooding in even more areas of the state is expected.
I cannot emphasize to you more, there are a lot of people that are hurting.
Thousands have already been evacuated, their communities completely underwater. In Robeson County, where a third of the population already lives below the poverty line, homes and businesses are gone. Almost 3,000 people are staying in shelters there.
People with little of nothing, this flood took it all, but we're here, we're safe, we're just thankful for that.
As swift-moving water sweeps over interstates and roads, dramatic rescue tales are emerging from the eastern part of the state.
I started just screaming all the way back onto the highway for people to see us. They started swimming onto 95, and I passed all my kids out the window, one by one.
31 of North Carolina's 100 counties are under a state of emergency, and it's not over.
This hurricane continues in North Carolina. The record crest will not be until Saturday.
I'm Diane Gallagher reporting.
The Cougar football team has defeated its last two opponents by a combined score of 93-49. But the Cougs aren't the only thing on fire. Fans have celebrated the last two victories by setting fire to 8 couches around Greek Row. Police will be actively patrolling this area in casual clothes after the homecoming game against UCLA this weekend.
Mike Leach is known for his candid press conferences, and this week was no different. The WSU football head coach stated Monday that he will continue to support Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump even after Trump was found making lewd comments about women in 2005. Leach stated, quote, "There is no justification for it, and there are no perfect people out there, but everybody in this room, either consciously or unconsciously, is going to leave this room and at some point today say something to somebody that they don't want in the national media." With the election fast approaching, it is interesting to see not only what our football coach thinks, but what our peers have to say about the candidates. Reporter Amber Rushbashan did a little digging to find out what WSU students really think about Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
No secret that the 2016 presidential election has been a rough journey for our nation. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump have polarized views on how to run our country, forcing the voters to pick a side. Here in Pullman, students are concerned about baggage that each nominee carries.
So who are you voting for in the 2016 presidential election?
I'm actually going to write my name in. I can't get past the emails, and I can't get past the racism, so you just can't really choose,
Secretary Clinton's email controversy back in 2015 has casted worry in voters' minds as the election comes to an end. Clinton recently apologized for her indiscretion at the most recent debate.
That was a mistake, and I take responsibility for using a personal email account. Obviously, if I were to do it over again, I would not.
What are your hesitations for the two nominees from both parties?
Frankly, just everything that I've heard about them, they don't seem like good people. They don't seem to have the good personalities for running a country. They also just don't seem very responsible for it.
Donald Trump is currently under scrutiny for his leaked, quote, locker room talk about sexually assaulting women.
I was getting beaten up for 72 hours on all the networks for inappropriate words from 12 years ago. Locker room talk, whatever you want to call it.
With the presidential election less than 4 weeks away, both candidates are running out of time to sway undecided voters. Hopefully they'll be able to turn it around before Election Day. Reporting for Murrow News 8, I'm Amber Ruspichon.
Wells Fargo CEO John Stump stated he was retiring from the company today after suspicious fake accounts were found dating back as far as 2005. Going back to September, it was brought forward that Wells Fargo had fired over 5,000 employees, creating 2 million unauthorized accounts since 2011. Wells Fargo must pay a penalty of $185 million. With no legal help or support besides the company, it seems to be in Stump's best interest to retire. Coming up after the break, Haley Paul gives us an idea of what's next for this crazy Pullman weather.
Don't go away.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back. On the west side today, authorities are putting out a large storm warning for most of the Pacific Northwest. According to the National Weather Service, there's a chance that a historical windstorm could be hitting western Washington in the coming days. Emergency agencies are warning locals to stock up on batteries and flashlights in case power is out for several days. Hopefully the storm isn't as bad as authorities are expecting it to be, but I hope everyone still stays safe and is prepared. We have been seeing some frost on the ground early in the mornings recently, and it's only fall.
Haley, what can we expect to see for the rest of the week?
Well, guys, although it has been cold in the mornings, today turned out to be a beautiful fall day. Looking at the temperatures here, today's high was 49 degrees. Oh, excuse me, sorry, 58 degrees. The current temperature is 49 degrees. Looking into tomorrow's forecast, the weather seems to be changing a little bit, bringing those gusty storm clouds. The afternoon high is going to be about 55 degrees with a low of 53 degrees and scattered rain showers throughout the day. Looking into our statewide map, in West Side fashion, Seattle and Olympia had a gloomy day today with temperatures of 62 and 63 degrees. Down in Vancouver, you can see the temperatures for the state were the highest with 65 degrees. In the middle of the state for Wenatchee and Yakima, it was around 50, high 50s, low 60s. And then moving into the east side, Pullman was 59 degrees, and then Spokane didn't seem to be much off, but both moving into the 5-day forecast, you can see that the rain showers are coming in with the temperatures jumping between high 50s and low 50s. So about time to bundle up and bring those rain jackets. So coming up after the break, I had the chance to sit down with WSU football player Marcellus Pippins to learn a step or two out of his dance book. Stay tuned.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back. I'm Cody Callanan with your latest in sports. WSU Rush linebacker Logan Tago is suspended. Tago, currently charged with robbery and assault, is not expected to participate in the next few games, and possibly more, depending on the judicial outcome of his case. President Kirk Schultz overruled Mike Leach on the subject of allowing Tago to play due to a school policy that prevents players charged with a felony from competing. But despite the loss of Tago, fans can't help but get excited with the homecoming football game this Saturday. For WSU cornerback Marcellus Pippins, the excitement and energy doesn't stop even after he's hit the field.
The lights are bright and the crowd is cheering. Butch T. Cougar is pumping up the crowd and the entire stadium echoes with the crowd cheering, "Go Cougs." The helmets collide and everyone seems to be in the zone. But for one WSU player, the zone is completely different than that of his fellow teammates. Washington State cornerback Marcellus Pippins can be seen moving and grooving to the music right there on the 50-yard line. Most would say that dancing while getting prepared for the game would be a distraction, but Marcellus has something else to say.
It just keeps me calm, really, just dancing. You know, I'm serious most of the time, but, you know, when I dance, it helps me get focused for the game and gets me ready to play the game.
After a lifetime of dancing, but none of which involved any structured dance lessons, Marcellus has combined two of his passions on a major stage. For most, the idea of dancing in front of a friend or two is a daunting thought. But Marcellus, on the other hand, doesn't seem to be fazed that lately all eyes have been on him.
That's something I think about before the game, but once I'm on the field, it's kind of like just me and the team and the other team. I'm not really thinking about the other players on the field, the other team on the field or the crowd. It's just more about just me and my teammates.
Though you might not be seeing Marcellus in the next Drake or Justin Timberlake music video, you can expect to see him be making a tackle or two, followed by his celebratory dance here at Martin Stadium. Reporting from Murrow News 8, I'm Haley Paul.
That's all the sports I have for you tonight. When we come back, find out what a teal pumpkin stands for.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back, everyone. A popular game is springing up at bars around the Palouse, and I had the chance to participate in the fun being had at the Zoo Bar and Grill.
What is the hottest planet? It is Venus.
Pub trivia is a growing trend among the bars throughout the Palouse. The Zoo Bar and Grill in Pullman has the most well-attended trivia in the area, with 50 people on average every Monday. WSU student and trivia master Kevin Schilling has been providing trivia at the zoo since last December.
The zoo's already a really cool place. I like the open nature of the bar itself. And it's really conducive for fun trivia. Like I can walk around and with a mic in my hand and walk around and talk to people. And
with bars all over the region playing trivia, people can attend a different game every night of the week. But it's a loyal host Schilling that brings them back every Monday. With multicolored sheets and pencil in hand, teams are well equipped to win the grand prize of $30 at the end of the night. But winning second place is just as good, with the chance to choose the trivia rounds for next week.
We always like to come in second because picking the categories is really fun, so something I really like about it.
I'm in grad school right now and the homework's killing me, and I just like to be able to have time with friends and be able to answer some trivia questions and do something that's not school related, honestly.
Mr. Schilling will be running trivia every Monday night for the foreseeable future. So come down to the Zoo Bar and Grill if you think you're ready to test your knowledge against the heavy-hitting teams. So much for staying tuned with us. At the Zoo Bar and Grill, I'm Shannon. Thank you so much for staying tuned with us. That's it.